Hello, everybody. Welcome to Ask Mommy. And we thank you so much for the questions that keep coming in. We request that you just continue to send your questions either by forwarding them on this page down below as a comment or even as a personal message to mommy. And you know what? We have such an interesting question today, and I will read it to you right now. So the question is, how did you introduce the concept of kissing to Helene? Or if not, how do you plan? If I haven't, she was saying, if I haven't introduced, how do I plan to do it? First and foremost, I applaud you, mom, who sent this question, because this is such an important thing, as such an important topic to tackle, especially for our young kids. Okay, so ideally, we start them young in terms of ideas or concepts like this, because I believe that it is best that they hear it first from us. Okay, so I really, really salute you, because some parents would really have a hard time, would be shy, would not know how to attack this situation and get this question out in the open. And so that's a wonderful thing that you want this to come from you. Okay, now having said that, you should have to you should have an age, that you set for this important talks with your children. And maybe I'm going ahead of myself, but later on, in the last part of this question, in my answer for this question, I will tell you and even show you a book that I used when we introduced this to Helene. Okay, so let me answer your question first. You said that how did we introduce the concept of kissing? I think introduce is not really what we did, because somehow, because even Disney movies already have shots, of have people showing that people are kissing. So they somehow already know the concept of kissing even when they were toddlers. And so not really very, we didn't have to explain very, very well. But even up to now, I just want to tell you that Helene and Johan still don't look when people kiss, like in the movies. No, the only thing Helene told me to tell you all this, that she's allowed to look, is when we attend weddings. No, she can look when married people are kissing. No, and I think that that's a very important concept that we introduced really, really early, that kissing is an act that is for married couples. No, so we tried to raise that standard high for her and for Johan, in fact, also, because that's what we want to present. No, that um, this is such a deep expression of love from between two people. No, so um, with Helene, I have two kids, a boy and a girl. And it's really, the dynamics are different, not just because of the gender difference, but I think because of also the personalities and the ages. So you have to be very sensitive as a parent to be you have to be sensitive how to discuss this with them. Okay, so with Helene, it was a bit straightforward for me, and I would suggest that this is how you do it, really. You introduce it, and you sit them down, and you say that this is a topic that I want to tell you. And kissing is something that happens between two people who love each other deeply. And may I insert, this from my notes that I wrote, when I thought about this subject. I said that I wanted to know that kissing is an act between two people who deeply respect, care for, and trust each other. So these are the three things that from the get-go, we introduce already, it has to have respect. Okay? Care and trust. What is respect, anak? Or you tell them, respect is when one values another, one finds worth in the other. Okay? And second, care. The other is always number one. It's not you. You don't think about yourself. And number three, trust. When you believe in the truth about that person, in the worth of that person, in your love. Okay, so that's our foundation for telling them that really kissing is between two people who are within the bounds of marriage. Now, I think that this question can also stem to another question, which we can in fact tackle in another Ask Mommy session. Okay, we had our talk about, deeper things, not just kissing, with Helene already. I think she was 9 years old. Okay, we set the date, Helene and I and her dad, and we really had a special time, just her, a dinner date. And I even had this book. This book really helped me. It's entitled Amazing You. It will come out baliktad, no? But it's Amazing You, by Dr. Gail Saltz. No, it's actually a guide for young kids, really, because it has, it tells about the private parts and everything. No? And I think that I used it as a springboard to talk to Helene about all these things, no? About kissing, about relationships. And I was really straightforward. We did not use terms that were, we really, when we talked about the private parts, we said the private parts, okay? So that's what we wanted to say. It has to be very straightforward. It has to be true. It has to be as a matter of factly. And it has to show your values most of all. So when you introduce these things, please make sure that you inject what matters to you the most, what you want to impart as a parent. Okay? Now, our assignment is to do this for Johan, because he's a playful boy and we didn't see the need for it. But, a few weeks ago, he did ask a kissing question. And I found myself answering that kissing question. It was something about boyfriend and a girlfriend, mommy. When can they kiss, or why does it show on the TV that they kiss, something like that, no? And then so I just I did not act like I was surprised. I felt actually that he was ready already for that talk, long overdue. He just turned 11. We should have done it when he was 8 or 9. But I answered him that, okay, so since you're asking me, I said that anything, anak, between, you can do anything with your girlfriend when you finally have a girlfriend, because that's where he was coming from. That's what he asked. You can do anything with your girlfriend as long as that act can be done in front of his parents, I said. So think about it. Anything that you can do in front of your girlfriend's parents, that's okay. And I saw his face, Johan's face, my 11-year-old boy, letting it sink in. Oh, okay. So do you think that kissing is a good idea to be done in front of your girlfriend's parents? I said, no, I don't think so. And I think he pretty much got the idea. And so my assignment is, Arun and I we're gonna sit Johan down and have that all important talk. So there you go. That's my answer to you. Just be straightforward about it. Don't hide anything. Use the right words. And if they have questions, answer them. Set the right time and the right mood. And be very, very generous about, seizing that moment and giving the values that are important. Imparting to them the most important things that you want, about respect, the ideas of respect, trust, and care for another person. That's why you want to do these things. So there you go. And I really thank the person, the mommy who sent this question. It is such a wonderful thing to talk about. And if we have a part two, maybe we can still tackle this topic sometime in the future. So thank you very, very much for this question. This has been Ask Mommy for this week. God bless you. Bye.